Good afternoon, y'all. Okay, today I'm going to make a recipe that another fan requested us do, Salisbury steak. So, okay, what I'm going to do first, you have to get a large bowl, and I'm going to show you how to get the steaks ready to be put in the sauce mixture. So you start out with 1 pound of ground beef of your choice. I like the organic, but you can use any kind you want. 1 pound of ground beef, and as you see, I've already got it crumbled in the pan here. And then you're going to need a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. I'm using the Panko. Thank you, baby. Plain breadcrumbs. But you can use any type you like. I'm just using these. You'll just need 1/4 of a cup. So that's 1/4 of a cup. Dump that in. And then you'll need 1 egg. 1 egg. Thank you, my loves.
You're welcome, my loves.
Then you'll just need 1 egg, so I'm just gonna, like so, put it in there, 1 egg. And then, of course, you beat the egg in. And then we're gonna need 2 teaspoons of ketchup. Just set that aside. Thank you. You're a great assistant. Let's see.
Well, thank you.
1 teaspoon of ketchup. Well, actually, I think the recipe I found called for 2 teaspoons of ketchup. Anyway, there's 1, and there's 2, give or take. Like I said, I don't really like measuring my stuff. I just kind of like dumping it in.
She does this like it is.
And guessing at it, and I'm usually pretty accurate. Okay, and let's see. You'll also need a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. So, let me try to use that same measuring spoon. 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. There we go. Dump that in. And then we're going to need 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. So I'm going to dump some of this in. Sounds delicious already.
Me too.
So you put 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. And 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to use the same one. There we go. Salt. Put it aside. And you just kind of stir all this together as best you can. Of course, the best way to do it is use your hands, but you'll have to form it into fairly thick patties. Not too thick, but you want them to be like 3 to 4 inch thick. And then you kind of smush them down later into the sauce mixture. And 1 pound of ground beef makes four steaks. And like I said, you can use any kind of ground beef you like. But you should use the lean ground beef. It kind of works better. But you can use any type of lean ground beef of your choice to make these. Any type of your choice. There's so many different ways you can make these. So just whatever recipe you choose will be fine. But this is the one I'm choosing. So let's see. Let me get this mixed up good. And then I'm going to use my hands to make the steaks with. Okay, I've got this mixed up really well, and now I'm going to use my hands. Start with clean hands, which mine are clean. Anyway, because I've done dishes and everything. Anyway, start with clean hands, or you can use gloves, either way, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to mix this up, form it into 4 steak patties. Okay, it should form like 4... probably about like that, for 4 of them. And then you need like a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil in your large skillet right here. You'll need a large skillet too. Okay, and I'm going to set these on a plate. You got to set them aside until you get your mixture done. Your gravy mixture. So this is the way you do it, about this size. Or you can make them smaller, it's just up to you. So I'm going to finish doing these and I will come back and show you the sauce mixture. Okay, now that you have all your steaks formed into 4 equally sized, pretty like 3/4 inch size, now I'm going to cook these on each side for like 3 minutes on medium heat, about like that. Medium to high heat. So I'm going to put them back in the skillet. Right, I'm going to put them in the skillet, excuse me. And then just cook them for like 3 minutes on each side once the skillet gets heated up. And then I'm going to come back and show you how to make the sauce that goes with these. And so I'll be back here in just a few minutes. We'll be back. Okay, these have been cooking for about 3 minutes on each side. And now you're going to reduce the heat a little bit to about medium low, so to speak. Depends on your stuff, you know. Okay, because as you can see, this is getting kind of hot. So you got to reduce the heat. And then I'm going to put them back on the plate. Hand me the plate, baby. And then I'm going to start making the mixture that goes, or the gravy mixture that goes with them. So I can get them out of the skillet. And then you put them back in the gravy mixture and let them finish cooking and let them simmer. Come on. Alright, so there's that. Okay, so on this, you leave all the drippings in your skillet. That's what it said. Leave all that in there. Okay. Now you can do this a lot of different ways. So I'm just going to do it this way. So you need 2 tablespoons of butter. And that's about 2 tablespoons. So dump that in, let it melt. So I guess I need to take a fork or something, a spoon. Alright, so just let the butter melt. And then I have used 1 packet of brown gravy. There's a brown packet. You can see it right there, maybe. The recipe called for 2 packets of brown gravy, but I just had 1 packet, and I didn't feel like going back to the store to get another packet. But you can do other things if you don't have 2 packets of brown gravy. Just kind of turn that down on low so you get all your ingredients in the middle. So what I've done is just fix 1 packet of brown gravy according to the package direction. So I'm going to dump that in. Just dump that right in there. Okay, and then you're going to need, and also, you can, instead of 2 packets of brown gravy, you can use a can of cream of mushroom soup. So that's what I'm going to use. So dump that in and kind of mix it together. And we might need just a little bit of milk for this. So I'll have my wonderful husband assistant get me a 1/2 cup of milk. Here in just a second. There you go. So we need 1/2 cup of milk. There's my great assistant. Oh, there's my great assistant.
Hey, folks. Let's see. How much?
1/2 cup.
1/2 cup. Here we go. Here we go. 1/2 cup of milk, folks. And let me put this up. And I'll give this to my wife. And here you go, baby.
Thank you.
Alright.
So put 1/2 cup of milk in. And then I'm going to put in some more onion powder. You need 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. And you'll need 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, which I'm going to add right now. Alright, just kind of let this, might need to bring the heat up a little bit, because this is going to get all mixed together. Okay, and then I think you add some, let's see, ketchup. I think it calls for a teaspoon of ketchup. Or a tablespoon of ketchup, excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, and let's see, and I'm going to add a can of mushrooms. Can you hand me that, baby? Which I've already drained off. 1 can of mushrooms. What is this? Yum. Let's put that back over there. Okay, so you just basically mix all this together. And as you can see, it's mixing up nicely. And then you just add the steaks back into this until they, you just let it simmer and cook until they finish cooking fully, and get them cooked fully through. And then we're gonna have mashed potatoes with ours. I'm just gonna use red potatoes, and then just mash them up with skins left on them. I think they taste better that way.
I agree.
And of course, you can make your mashed potatoes however you like. You don't have to use red potatoes. You can use any kind of potatoes, or you can fix anything you like with these. But we're just having ours with mashed potatoes, and I don't know, maybe a can of beans to heat up with it.
Or you can eat anything that goes with the Salisbury steak, folks.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I don't think I've left out nothing that goes in it. Maybe a little bit of salt and pepper just for taste. I think you just add salt and pepper just to taste,
Yep.
So add salt, and then some pepper. I know this is smelling delicious. What do you think, baby?
I agree, so.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is add these back into the skillet, because they got to finish cooking all the way through. Yummy. Okay, so you just mash them down slightly, but not really, really hard, Okay, so I want to increase the heat a little bit. Put the lid back on. Just put it back on like medium heat until they really start cooking. And then we'll come back here in a few more minutes and we'll show you what they look like totally done, and we'll taste them and eat them. Tell you what we think. Alright everyone, this is already completed, done, and it sure does look good. Yum. Okay, so I want my husband taste it and see, he'll tell you what he thinks.
Alright, folks. This is a fan requested by a good friend of ours. And
Yeah.
let's see how it tastes.
Yeah, a fan requested this.
Yep.
So Kenneth, I made you a Salisbury steak recipe.
Alright, let's see how it tastes. And of course, I'll grade your performance.
Oh, well, thanks. But this does look yummy. I'm going to eat some here in a minute. Well, what does it taste like?
Love it.
Great. What about the potatoes? Because
Love it.
Okay, yay.
It brings me back to the good old days when I first made my first homemade mashed potatoes.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. There you have it.
A+.
Salisbury steak. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Let's eat.